Hey guys, how's it going? So last year I did a review on the new Olight Osight, and it had some pretty new features at that time. Now I'm going to show you two new options. We have two new Osights here. This is the Osight S, which is going to be the RMSc pattern. This is for your micros, as well as the new Osight X, which is your RMR footprint. We are going to open these up together right now, and then I'm going to show you in a little bit with it mounted to the micro dagger. That's a PSA, as well as the PSA dagger. These are both pistols that I really like, and they offer two different footprints, so I thought they'd be two good candidates for this review. So this is the new Osight S. Let's open this up and take a look at it together. Now right away we can see there's three reticles. Try to zoom in here for you. There's a 2 MOA dot, a 32 MOA circle, or the combination of both. So the circle dot. And I would note this does have a lifetime warranty as well. So let's get in here and see what we think. I would note right away the packaging's very nice, clean, durable cardboard box. In fact, it's so durable. I'm going to see how to get it apart here. There's another sticker on here. The extra sticker will get you every time. That's alright though. The razor knife will take care of that pretty good. Alright, so it folds out in like a little clamshell accordion. I think it's... Oh, that's magnetic. Wow. Hey, the packaging is pretty impressive, I will say that. So, there you go. Let's see what we have here. It says, thank you for being part of the Olight family. Your support is the reason we are here. Okay, cool. I know a lot of you guys are fans of Olight. I've owned many of their lights over the years, and figured I'd review these for you because they are a couple new options. And wow, look at this cute little guy here. Okay, so it comes with a little readme on how to sight everything in, which is nice. Oh, look at this little guy. So this is the RMSc, and we're going to be putting this on the micro dagger in just 1 minute here. Now here is its cover, which is also going to serve to charge. We can see out of the box, like a lot of electronics, this needs a little charging up, but it has a little bit here, which should be fine for the review. And the cover, we can charge with a USB-C, and then the cover is going to come in and actually charge the sight itself. So there you go. We're noticing we're at about 25% or so, and we are a little bit low on the sight. So we'll leave this in here just for 1 minute to give it a little bit of juice for the review. Now let's see what's in these other compartments. Okay, here's your screw assortment. So it looks like it does come with a wide variety of screws for different applications. Let me turn that right side up for you. I don't want you guys standing on your head trying to watch the videos. Well, look, they have it backwards both ways, see? There you go. A nice screw assortment for different options. Let's see what we have in here. Looks like we have a storage pouch and a microfiber cloth, so that'll be nice as well. Keep your lens clean. And in here it looks like we're gonna have a tool and a lanyard and a USB-C charging cable. So, USB-C cable. Looks like it has plenty of length to it, with a little silicone keeper on it. That's nice. Looks like we have an adjustment tool with a little flat blade, as well as a Torx bit. and there was a little lanyard that fell out of the case when I was opening it. Alright. There's a quick look at that. Okay, let me set this aside. And I'm going to give you a couple little specs on this. So we'll go through it real quick, but a lot of you guys like the nerdy details. I know I do before I'm looking at something. So the Osight S boasts a pioneering magnetic charging cover featuring a battery display that reveals the real-time battery levels for both the cover and the optic, making uncertainty certain. So we can just push the button here and we can see where we're at with the charging levels there. So that's a nice feature. Look at it at a glance there. It also features a durable OAL housing material. The OAL housing is tougher, stronger, and nearly as lightweight as industry standard 70-75 aluminum, ensuring durability over time. So that's nice. They're using their own patented, it seems like, material here for the cover. Not T70-75 aluminum, but I will say it has the weight and feel of such, with supposedly a durability edge, right? It's an enclosed optic featuring a aspherical lens designed with a full sealed system. The optic offers unmatched protection against environmental elements. Its aspherical lens ensures zero distortion and parallax-free performance, delivering exceptional clarity through the large window for rapid and precision target acquisition. So that'll be nice as well. And I will say right away, wow, that is nice target acquisition and very bright right out of the box. I'm looking at the circle dot here. Not sure if it's going to pick it up on camera very much, but we will try. So as always, the way the camera works with the light is distorting it. Don't even really pay attention to what this picture looks like. In real life, the optic looks very clear, very crisp, and I'm looking at it right out of the box in the circle dot. And yeah, that's actually pretty nice. Real easy to acquire, and I'm just holding it here in my hand, which is a little bit harder to acquire than on your pistol, obviously. It's the universal RMSc footprint fitting directly on your optics ready slides. Again, RMSc is going to be more of your micro platform, so that's why we're going to try it in a minute on this PSA micro dagger. This has a 2 MOA dot and a 32 MOA circle, so you can switch between the dot and circle, dot only, or the circle. So to your liking there. I know some of you like a circle dot. Some of you don't. Some of you might just like the dot by itself. You might like just the circle. I'm going to fool around with all three and see which one I like, but that's definitely a plus that it has all three for sure. And it has a flexible auto sensing motion. So it has the convenience of auto sensing, meaning it's going to detect the ambient light in the room and it's going to adjust the light as such. But the cool thing is you can also manually adjust the brightness up and down. So there is that manual override, which is pretty cool because the auto sensing works pretty well. It's just some people do like that manual control, and I'm sitting here dialing mine right now down just a touch, up and down the spectrum to seeing how things look. And yeah, it's looking very clear. I'm on about mid setting as we speak, and it looks good. So I do like that option of the auto sensing as well as the manual. Now, on a single charge, the optic itself can last over 21,900 hours, and they are rating that, though, on its lowest setting in daylight mode with the dot only. Some companies are going to rate it at mid-range. Some are going to rate it at the highest level. So when you're comparing this to other things, make sure you are doing an apples-to-apples comparison. So they're basically talking 21,900 hours on level 3, I believe that would be, because there's 2 nighttime settings. So the lowest daytime setting would technically be level 3. It's going to get a lot more power when you combine the fact that you have this on-the-go portable cover and charger as well. The cover is rechargeable with USB-C. It does have 12 brightness settings, including 2 night vision settings. These are very dim, but they could be very handy at night so you're not blinding yourself. And then 10 daylight settings that you're going to want to use if there's any amount of ambient light. It does have a motion sensor function. The motion sensor immediately powers up the illumination when it senses the slightest movement, and it powers down after 10 minutes of inactivity to preserve your battery life. Now, the runtime when you factor the cover in, okay? So mode 3 with the circle dot, you're looking at 20,000 hours. Now, you can also recharge using the charging cover to get a total runtime of 80,000 hours when you factor in the battery capacity here, as well as starting off with a fully charged optic. You get a little more battery life if you're using just the dot with 21,900 hours, 87,600 hours in combination with the charging cover, and that is on the lowest daytime setting, so setting number 3. And then if you're using just the circle, it's the same as the circle dot with 20,000 hours on mode 3 with just the dot itself, the optic itself, and then you can bump it up to 80,000 hours with your charging cover. And we are charging as we speak. You can see a little blinking, flashing battery logo there that does show that we're about halfway up or so charging the optic. Now I'm going to take it out and show you that the case itself, which the case is your charger, keep in mind, this is a rechargeable battery optic, so there's no batteries in the bottom for you to fiddle with. You're not going to put in your CR or whatever in here. Some of you are going to look at that as a plus because you're not changing batteries out. You're not having to remove this from the handgun, thus throwing your sight alignment off. You should be re-zeroing an optic every time you take it on and off, keep in mind. So that's a major plus. You're never going to have to take this off the pistol. Also, you're not having to buy those batteries or go through the time to change them. Now, some are going to say that's a negative because you're going to say, well, maybe this is something that could go out. I have no reason to believe it would, but some people like to just keep it simple and just have that battery they can replace themselves, so you can decide. But certainly, this is rechargeable using the case to charge it. And then, of course, you can just plug the case into your phone charger, your computer, whatever you have that puts out that USB-C. All right, now let's get into the next one, which is the Osight X. And I kind of look at this as a new version, if you will. You can say an upgrade to this original Osight that you've seen on this channel before. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Make sure you go back and check out my previous video. And also for more information on both of these, check out the pinned comment there in the comment section. And I'll be reading the comments, hoping you guys will let me know what you think about both of these. Let's just do a quick unboxing of this so you can see a raw view of what's going on here. And then we'll get these on the handguns and I'll let you know what they look like when they're mounted. Might be a fairly long video, but keep in mind I am reviewing two different products here. That extra sticker is not going to get me this time. I'm on it. It's almost like I've done this before at this point, right? A little bit. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a magnet in here because it just kind of locks back in place. But like I said earlier, I do like the packaging. Looks like we are going to have same type of layout here. Let's look at this sight. Okay. There's the cover here. I would note there is a very nice custom foam. Like if you're taking this off your pistol and want to store it in the meantime, say you're switching stuff up, this is a very nice, like, high density reusable foam in this box. Very nice packaging, I will say that for sure. You got your little silica desiccant gel there. Do not eat, it says on all these, right? Don't eat it. Alright, so here's for the bigger one. Now this is going to be the RMR platform. Here is the optic itself. This is your Olight X. Now you're going to notice right away the window's way bigger on this one for sure. It does have quite a bit more size to it. But then again, you are going to put this on maybe a little bit larger firearm. This being the PSA Dagger Compact. You can see I've got this slide ready to go for us to check this out in just a second here. So yeah, you can see this is the basic footprint, keeping in mind I am not secured down right now, so we're just carefully holding it there, and we'll cut back in a little bit and I'll tell you what I think about it on the actual pistol. So same thing as before. We're looking at your cover, which not only protects the red dot, but this is also your charging station. Let's see where we're at here. Yeah, we're only at about 25% on the cover, but that's how anything works. When you first get this, as with any type of electronics that are similar, you're going to want to charge this right away before you put everything to use. But it does show we are at about 25% on the cover, and we are actively charging that battery. So same thing as before, considering how the optic's going to come pretty low on battery out of the box. I'm going to go through a couple specs real quick while we let this charge just for a second. So I already covered it, the industry's first magnetic charging cover, and I think this is about the first company to do this that I know of. Features that same OAL housing that they say is tougher, stronger, and nearly as lightweight as 7075 aluminum. Large field of view with multi-coated lens. The advanced anti-reflective lens coatings maximize light transmission for impressive clarity, enabling you to swiftly capture targets with precision and confidence. Wow, I feel more confident already, don't you? Most common footprint by adopting the industry standard mounting footprint, which is the RMR. RMR, by the way, stands for the Ruggedized Miniature Reflex. Did you know that? Or the 407C, 507C footprint for optics cuts. The Osight X ensures versatility and ease of integration. Now this has a 3 MOA dot and 32 MOA circle. So the circle's the same size on the X as the little guy, the S. And you can kind of see a size comparison here of the overall. But 3 MOA for the dot instead of 2 MOA for the dot here. In fact, while I'm doing it, let's look at a side-by-side of these two. So we see the Osight X here, and this is the Osight S. So much, much smaller. This is a teeny little enclosed optic. Now keep in mind, these are enclosed. So this is going to have some pros as far as keeping the elements and debris, water, dust, dirt, things like that, compared to the open platform that a lot of you might be familiar with. So there's a little side-by-side there. Let's get this back on the cover because it came with a very low charge out of the box. Now this also has the flexible auto sensing mode. So it has the convenience of the auto sensing. This is for the light settings, but you can still manually adjust the brightness up and down to your liking. Long-lasting battery life. On a single charge, the optic itself can last over 57,000 hours on its lowest daylight mode with dot only. A fully charged cover can charge a low battery optic 3 times. So if you start off with a full charge plus 3 more additional charges, that's a lot of battery life. And this is going to be the same thing as before. It has an integrated rechargeable battery. It's going to charge just like the small one via the top here, making a magnetic connection. See how it almost just sucked the optic right in there? I'll show you again. But the big guy is going to have quite a bit more battery life than the small one. And they are rating this battery life yet again on setting 3, which is the lowest daylight setting. And we have 12 brightness settings total, 10 daylight, 2 night vision. And the cover, same thing as before, is also rechargeable with that USB-C. Now the total runtime with the circle dot, we are looking at 21,000 hours with the optic itself, 84,000 hours with the cover, the charging cover. With just a circle, 22,000 hours and 88,000 hours with the cover. And if you want to run just that 3 MOA dot, now this is on setting 3 one more time, which is the lowest daylight setting, 57,000 hours for the optic itself. But when you combine it with the charging cover, 228,000 hours. One of you mathematicians can tell me how many years that is, but that's a long time. All right, I'm going to take a quick look at this, then I'm going to get it out and show you attached to both of these firearms. So right away, I would say the glass is very clean, very clear. I'm looking at it under bright conditions. I just bumped it up here to turn it on. Okay. I'm just kind of dimming it slowly. Very large window, very easy yet again to see. I'm not even going to bother showing you what it looks like on here really, because it's just like the camera just can't pick it up. Those of you that have fooled around with doing videos before know exactly what I'm talking about, but I promise you, in real life, yeah, this reticle is very clear. I notice no blurriness, no distortion. I can actually pick out all 4 quadrants of the circle, if you will, with those 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 9 o'clock hash marks. The dot does stand alone on the inside. In other words, I can decipher the difference between the dot itself versus the circle. I will say, initial impressions, this dot and the whole reticle, period, not just the dot, but the circle dot with the hash marks and all that, is about as clean as it gets. So, yeah, wow. All right, I'm going to take 1 second here and go over the, I'm going to mount these off camera just to save some time, and I'm not sure if YouTube likes that or not. So, we'll do that off camera. And I would also note that this full size, if you will, the new X, does come with the same type of accessory package as the little S that I showed you earlier. So, I'm going to spend about, I don't know, 5-6 minutes here mounting these, and you'll see me probably around right now. So I have them installed using the provided screws, and I would note every little thing with this packaging is kind of like a class act, to be honest. So they give you a little tackle box with various different sizes of screws. I use the number 640 for the micro, but even from within here you can see there's some nice custom foam to keep all of your screws handy. You can detach these little compartments from each other, and yeah, it's pretty nice. Also, the tool here was used with the correct Torx bit here, and then of course we're gonna have that little flat blade, and that's gonna be to adjust your sight here on the side. So right away, this little closed emitter S, this is the micro compact. Yeah, nice. Literally both eyes open. I'm looking at the circle dot right now. Excellent picture. Quick acquisition. It's just immediately right there. As soon as I come down and press out here, just bam. Circle dot, very, very clear. Now to adjust the different settings, we're just going to hold down the minus for the different reticles for about 3 seconds. And it's going to change over. I'll do it real quick here with you. So we're at circle dot now. Now we're just down to a dot. I'm going to find that minus button again. Hold it down 3 seconds. Now I'm just at a circle. I'm going to hold it down one more time. And I think this is the one that I like the most, being the circle dot. Now it does also come with your owner's manual. Alright. And I would read it because there's a bunch of little options where you can change the different settings from within. And this shows pictures and text telling you, you know, just different combinations of holding buttons down or tap then hold for different amounts of time to turn on and off different settings to change your reticle. I would also note that they do recommend using some blue or medium strength thread locker and only tightening these screws down to about 15 to 17 inch-pounds of torque. Not foot-pounds, but inch-pounds. And the screws did come, though, with some pre-applied blue thread locker already on them, which is just another little plus, as you can see here. Yeah, like literally everything kind of comes with all the little bells and whistles, down to, here's the lanyard that I dropped earlier, and even the USB cable. I know this has nothing to do with the optic itself, but it even has like the little protectors over the ends of that, and a little reusable silicone keeper for if you want to take this with you while traveling or whatnot. But yeah, I don't really notice any weight difference on the pistol. I mean, there's going to be a negligible amount, but it's very, very lightweight. I'm actually able to get right through there and still co-witness just fine with my white 3-dot sights that come with it. Again, it's very hard to pick up the actual dot on camera, but you can see we have the rear glass here. In fact, it's so clear maybe you can't see it, but this is a, say, closed emitter with our front glass here, and good thing it just came with a cleaning cloth because I got fingerprints on it. So yeah, very nice. Wow. I'm really looking forward to shooting this one on the range a lot because I love this pistol and I'm really liking this sight so far. Alright, now here's the X. You can see right away this is a lot bigger optic, which has its pluses and minuses. For carrying, bigger is going to have a bigger footprint, may or may not be a little harder to conceal, but you do have the advantage right away. Now I have it on the circle dot. As soon as I come out here, just bam, it's right there. Very, very large field of view. If you're tracking a target or just for that quick acquisition, very, very large, generous window. So those of you that are into optics, you know what I'm talking about. It's always a trade-off. You want that larger window. It's going to be a little bit bigger on the gun, but you do get a much larger field of view. And it can also be easier to acquire that target right away, although both of these sites actually did a great job with that. Now this is going to be the open emitter platform here. See? Again, same thing with those 3 different adjustments for the reticle. You're just going to hold down that minus sign for 3 seconds. Alright, it just went to a dot on me. 3 more seconds. Alright, now I'm just at a circle. Let's see how that circle looks. The circle's just fine too, actually. I kind of like the circle. I'll have to fool around with it and see which one I like. Whether it's just the circle, circle dot, maybe just the dot, different scenarios. It just depends. Depends what you're doing with the pistol, really. Self-defense, or you're trying to shoot for a little more precision accuracy. Well, that's why they have the 3 different reticles, so you can choose which one you want. I would also note here that we have on the side, if you want to see what your battery is, just tap real quick. And see, I'm showing yellow there, meaning I've just got a medium amount of battery life left. Now this, of course, is on the optic itself, right? I put the charging cover on, though, and now we can see here. Let me get the charging cover to snap on for us. I need to charge my charging cover, but maybe the other one has a little bit more left. Again, these were literally just taken out of the box, obviously. So once you charge yours, and this is magnetically held on, so it's not just going to fall off on its own, but if you give it a little tug, it'll come right off. Yeah, man, I ran my battery down on my charging cover, letting it sit there and charge the dot too long. Keeping in mind, look, in all fairness to Olight, they do send these basically totally dead. I wanted to show you, though, how it just comes out of the box. You can see a raw unboxing. I'm just pressing the button here on the cover, and we can see it is charging that dot. All right, and it should be the same thing here. Just tap that button, and you can see there is a green light there, showing that I am more charged here. Obviously, this one came a little more charged in shipping than the other one. Now it shows that I am charging with the cover on the pistol. I'm protecting my optic. It does make it a little bit bigger, but you could charge it at night, charge it on the go, charge it wherever, and then obviously when you take it out for your EDC, you're going to remove your charging cover, maybe keep it in the car with you, keep it at home. I mean, the battery's going to last a long time in the optic itself, so I don't know that you need to bring this with you everywhere you go, but maybe while traveling or whatever, you could bring that. And most likely when you're carrying, you're going to have your pistol in the holster. And hey, to each his own. Maybe you would concealed carry your EDC with a cover on. Not me, I would carry with the cover off. And I really do like for EDC, because this is more of an EDC style pistol for me. I know some of you carry stuff like this or even much bigger. I like, though, that in this small little footprint, we do have that enclosed emitter there. And I'm just tapping on it to show you that there is a rear glass because it's so clear. It might be otherwise hard to see. Well, I'll do more follow-ups on these, and let me know what you all think down there in the comments. But this is the new Osight S, little closed emitter, and the new open emitter, Osight X, on two pistols that I really like, this being the PSA Dagger Compact, and this being the PSA Micro Dagger. Make sure you check out my locals community where I post bonus content. I do bonus live streams there where I show guns while I'm live and do all kinds of really cool stuff that I can't do here on YouTube. And I'll have more information on both of these pistols as well as these optics over there on locals. Alright, thanks for watching and have a good one.